Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another Mazda 3, but it's a different one because it has the 2.5-liter engine. A very different machine indeed. Find out why next. This looks a lot like the 2.0, but it's not. It's the 2.5 liter, and it puts out 184 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. There will be a manual available, but it's not available quite yet. So you have an automatic, you get paddle shifters, and they work really well, by the way. It almost feels like a dual clutch, and this thing puts out some serious horsepower. Sounds a little bit better than the 2.0, but it'll only let me rev to 5,000 RPM. Check this out. There are other differences with the 2.5. It is a more luxurious car. So see this little white swath here? Well, the interior is white too. It is an option, and it's leather, and it looks and feels really nice. Take my glasses off too, because I'm suave like that bitch. Oh, we're filming, I didn't know. So, the 2.5, yes, it's different. It's got a lot more horsepower. It drives differently too. It feels like a heavier, more planted car, and it's really lively off the line. That 184 horsepower you feel right now. There are some really neat gizmos here, including the heads-up display. Oh my God, how cool is that? It's a different type of system than you would see on a GM product, and it has that little glass pop up, and you do get used to it pretty quickly.
So you can use voice commands to control the system on the one hand, and which is, you know, it's really cumbersome for just, you know, going to the navigation system. But if you actually want to enter an address, just saying the address is so much easier than trying to type it in. So that works really well. On the other side, if you receive a text message and your phone's connected to the car, it will bring up the text message, and if you're driving, it won't show it to you because we don't want you reading while you're driving. Instead, you just push play, and it'll read the text message to you, which is really comes in handy when you start using it.
Another thing about this vehicle, frankly, they're expensive. When you get all the goodies, including this really awesome navigation system, the heads-up display, the 2.5-liter engine, all the other stuff, you're talking about around $28,000. That's a lot, but you get a lot of car for the money. It's a little bit loud on the inside, so the road noise is about the same. I thought they might have extra sound deadening with the leather. No, they didn't. Everything else about this car is smooth. It's sophisticated. And if you don't want something as big as the Mazda 6, get this car, because it's basically a small Mazda 6. It's the best way to describe it. It has all the same goodies. In fact, it's even got more. This is a cool car. It's a very nice car. Now, a lot of viewers are going to be asking me, and hence I have to ask you, what about the Speed 3? Is there any word on what's going to be new and different on that?
Of course there's no word on it. We're not allowed to talk about those things. I can tell you quite honestly that we try to figure out how to make a Mazda Speed version of every car we build. Every now and then we succeed and it comes out, but we are always trying to figure out how. If we can figure out how to make a Mazda Speed CX-9, we'll do it.
Excellent, excellent. That's what everybody wants to hear. Awesome. Now, it's interesting because there are some competitors that you wouldn't think about because this is a smaller car, such as the Hyundai Sonata and maybe even the Kia Optima with big 4-cylinder engines. Unfortunately, in this particular case, we're talking about a vehicle that really does perform above its punch weight. So, is it badass? It certainly is. Is it a good car? It is. Is it expensive? Yes, indeed it is. So, we're looking forward to getting our hands on it in Colorado to see whether or not the extra expense is worth it. For the Fast Lane Cars, this is Nathan Adlin. See you next time. So the three cars that we're selecting, Honda, Toyota, and Kia, we're gonna literally jump in and drive around, do some quick driving impressions, and come on back. That's all we have the time for, and at least it'll give us a general idea of Honda, Toyota, and Kia can duke it out with the Mazda 3.